gets you invited to the white trash bash? Besides, we all felt we were invited being 2 doors down from Cooter. And I thought, okay, number one, if you're banned from Applebee's, period, the end, no more, you get invited to a white trash bash.
If you have a trucker hat that says might clog your toilet later.
The Scott and Alley Not For Air podcast. The rules are gone. The shirt is untucked. Here's Scott and Alley.
I'm smiling.
Oh, well, good. I guess that means you're in a good mood, huh?
I'm smiling because I just read that's a great way to engage with people. Be genuine and smile.
Oh, that's what I always tell people when I talk to classrooms.
Smile.
I always say, when
Boy, that's a miserable bunch in a classroom. Any age nowadays. Pull the hoodie.
How often do you talk to classrooms?
Pull the hoodie over your head. And I'm at a school when school season's happening constantly.
I know, but you're never the one talking to them.
Oh, you're right. I'm not a glutton for that punishment.
You never go to these classroom talks. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
I couldn't be a teacher.
No.
Couldn't do it at all. Because
good luck engaging with them.
It's weird. Like, some people are super engaged. They ask lots of questions. And then you have those 5 who don't. And I just think, like...
And that 5 sucks the life out of the room and you're stuck in that circle of doom with them?
Well, I just think, like, I mean, should I point it out or not? Because, like, I want to make sure that they're engaged.
There's a way you can do it. You can actually call them out in a fun way and see if you can't pull them out of their hoodie over their face shell.
And then there's like the ones who, this is where I feel like, this is also why I can't be a teacher, but there is those who will be doing something else while you're talking. But I'm just reading a book right now, and she is a 100-some-year-old doctor. And when she was in medical school, she would knit during class. And people thought that she was not paying attention, but she said that's how she focused, is by keeping her hands busy.
But that's different. You're keeping your hands busy. You can engage. I feel like the problem with if your face is in your phone, first of all, why do they have the phones in the classroom? Is that what you're talking about?
No, it might be like they're just drawing on a piece of paper or something like that. Like
all right. Maybe they are sort of, that's just how they're kind of staving off a level of awkwardness where you're strange in their room, which is sort of their space. That I could kind of see.
Or that's how they focus.
Yeah, well,
but that's also kind of that is weird to me, because I mean, it's just not how I engage by looking people in the eye.
Yeah, some people just got to be busy.
And I right, but I also think, like, well, shouldn't we teach them how to do that, though? To look at me while I'm talking to them?
Sometimes you can't, and remember.
But what's going to happen when they get into the workspace?
Well,
are they never going to look at their boss in the eye?
Probably not. And
what?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have an entire generation that's just there to, until they don't want to be there anymore. We're in the job hopping society. My boss looked at me. I got to quit.
Yeah, but I also just want the respect of you saying, I'm looking at you, I'm acknowledging you. If I'm, let's
it's
say I'm
not
a boss
taught though. The social setup is so different nowadays. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, think about this. Schools don't teach to learn. Schools teach to test. Okay, so.
I think they want to teach to learn, but it doesn't work out that way.
But the structure they're under, you can have the best teacher in the world. They'll tell you, the very best teacher in the world that everybody says, oh, I love Miss Miller. The problem with it is they're taught to test. They're not taught to learn. And years ago, when you were in school, you learned more than just what you were learning to take the test. You actually learned social interaction. And, there's some of it, but I feel it starts to fizzle as you go through.
Yeah.
It's really it's sad because life lessons are not that school ever, sometimes school taught you good life lessons, sometimes they just didn't. Everybody can walk away and go, why didn't they teach us how to balance our bank account or whatever? That argument's not this argument. What I'm getting at is there were days where it was presented to you, all right, eyes up front, let's go, and it's not like that anymore. So I think what I would suggest to you, not being in that exact situation, when you see that happening, do it in a way where it's not making them feel called out or inferior. But let's say somebody's drawing or doodling something, or doing whatever. Call on them in a fun way, not to blow them in or anything like that, and be like, what you drawing? Like almost have fun with them and see if you can't pull them in like that. Maybe they're really good at that, or that's how they do it. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. And then you move the conversation into, well, that's your creativity and my creativity is what I do. And then you have this little connection. I don't know what else to suggest to that, because it is, and kids are different today socially than I think they ever have been. A lot of that has to do with technology. Technology put us in this place.
And the attention span.
Which again, I think all comes from technology. Look at the way just simply in 5 years, videos have gone. People used to YouTube something and watch a little bit longer form. Like you were still engaged in a little bit of length. Even YouTube now has gotten like TikTok. All you do is scroll. That's it. You're not watching long form.
But as a parent, I would want my kid to be the one to be looking at whoever's speaking in front of the classroom. But I also
they may not know how to get past it either.
But I also don't have, let's say, we are not acknowledging more autism in the classroom, or ADHD, other things that were never acknowledged prior to. And maybe if I had a child who was autistic or who has ADHD or something like that, then I would say, you're not going to get it out of them. But then I go, well, 10 years down the road, what am I supposed to do in the workspace? Am I supposed to be okay that you won't even really acknowledge me at work? I don't know. I'm not okay with it, because I'm still we don't work with anyone in that generation that it has that behavior.
Right.
And if somebody didn't acknowledge me at work, I think I would probably dismiss them, even though they might be such an intelligent person, but I would feel like, well, they're not even wanting to work with me. And that's the feeling that I would get. Wouldn't you get that too? Like, they don't want to work with me.
You have to take the autistic or things like that out of it, because I think that's a whole different animal. I mean,
do we though? Because there's somebody I know who, this person is a grown man. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing I don't know if he's ever actually been diagnosed. He is extremely intelligent, and this is a friend of our friends. He acknowledged me one day, and we had met many, many times. And I met him at a bar or something like that. And I was like, oh, so-and-so, we have met before. And my name's Allie, and blah, 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 blah. And he was just really off-putting in our interaction. And later on, many people told me, they're like, oh, we just think he is undiagnosed autistic, but he is a literal genius. Mm-hmm. He has a higher up position, or I would say let's just say that he financially does really well in this area, and he's in an industry where technology is at the forefront. So, but I'm thinking, if this is how you interact with me, what do you do at work? Like, your interactions at work, it must be very off-putting.
But
you're a literal genius.
There are so many levels to this. One, I think you are affected more so because you are extremely personality driven.
Yeah.
So you are high up on that. For you is, you almost could be stupid, but if your personality is really on point, there's a tolerance. And it's you.
Let's just say that I'm empathetic. Thank you. But except for if somebody can't engage with me, then all of a sudden I'm like, well,
right.
Yeah.
And maybe in his line of work, this person, whether he's undiagnosed, whether he's just so smart that he lacked all the social, cues and different things like that. Mm-hmm. It's every industry, every situation's a little bit different. Like I said, this is why you're a personality thriving person.
Yes.
So for you, it's alien.
Right. So the kids in the classroom who are not engaging with me.
There are so many factors to this. Let's go to, and now I'm going to sound old man for a minute. Does the family sit around a table and have dinner? Now, we don't necessarily at our house sit at a table and eat dinner, but the kids are at the center island and I hang out with them while it's dinner time.
That's what Zach and I do for dinner too, is we sit at the bar, and we communicate better. Like whenever we were at a restaurant on Friday and we went to a table and we were just waiting for a bar spot to open because we talk more intimately that way.
Well, you're though, but keeping this towards the kids, you're talking you two adults, both personality thriving people.
Yeah.
For the kids factor, it makes you wonder things like, this is what I wonder, the ones that are real introverted. And I'm taking out of that, I'm taking out the argument of autism and things like that, because you have to have a certain level of, I don't want to use the word tolerance, but acceptance to that situation's going to automatically be a little different for that person. There's just, something's going to be different. And unless you know exactly how to handle that, it's difficult. I would imagine the teachers, well, first of all, the teachers probably have one of a couple things. If someone has a certain level of that, it is probably determined, can that student be in a normal class setting, or do they need something much more, tuned to their needs? So if they're able to be in that class setting, the teachers had a lot more experience probably working with that person than you going in for a quick hour of telling people that, well, we tell fart jokes.
To smile.
Yes, to smile, and we tell fart jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's our career, right? You know? So, once in a while we hit it a little bit better than that, but not often. So, I think that's, you got to almost, for this sake, pull it out. If you're just, and some kids are just going to be naturally introverted, but then some of those kids are great when you find a way to pull them out of their shell.
An hour with them in a classroom probably isn't going to do it.
Maybe not. It's unless you do something upfront. All right, when you go into these situations, this is so not where I thought this podcast was going to go today, but we'll stay for a minute. When you walk into the classrooms, are you overbearing Allie, full of personality?
Yes.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
I'm selling myself.
So here's the thing. You're going to find fewer people in a classroom setting of younger kids are going to know what to do with that. I'm not saying not accept it. I'm saying know what to do with that versus, is there a better way to roll into it? Is there something like a little game you could play with them that engages them, to suddenly you've got them. And I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I like that game idea. I do, because I've done so many of these that it gets to a point where I start to want to turn them down because kids are not very engaging and no one addresses it.
Okay, so maybe there's a way to do it, and I don't know. I'm doing this all on the fly, but I kind of see where I can understand this happening. Let's go on the fly with something. You and I, unfortunately, it's just you and me. We're in a classroom together. Here you're coming in.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Allie. Before I tell you anything, I want you, Scott, to tell me what animal you think I would be in the wild kingdom.
Oh, I like that. Okay. And you're going to say leopard.
What?
I said, and you're going to say leopard.
Well, yeah, because I know you really well. That's like a dream animal. That's your spirit animal, leopard.
That is.
To walk around and all that, yes.
So you're saying every single kid,
everybody gets a chance to answer one. Or you spin it over and you go, okay, what's your name? My name's Mary. Okay. And then you come over here. What's your name? I'm Tyler. Okay. So, Mary, I want you to tell me what animal in the wild kingdom you think Tyler's going to be. And Mary goes, sloth. And you're like, okay, right. See what I'm saying? This could turn out to be funny, but you're not really hurting anybody's feelings. Now, what animal do you think I'd be in the wild kingdom?
I think you would be, oh gosh, what would you be? You're not a lion because you're not that aggressive.
No.
You're not.
I think you could take me out of the cat family, to be totally honest.
Out of the cat family, out of the snake family, because you're not vindictive.
No, thank you. Well, at least don't make me that way, right?
Right. Not an anteater, but why did that come up?
I don't know. Is my nose really big? Like what?
No, I was just trying to think of something like, you're not lazy, so I can't say rhinoceros or hippopotamus.
Okay. Isn't this fun? You're like really, now you've got
I do actually think you're more of you're just like a golden retriever.
In the wild kingdom?
Wild kingdom. That's
yes,
right.
in the wild.
Right.
What wild animal do you think that I'd be?
You're not a koala bear because you don't like hugging.
Yeah, well.
Gosh, this is tough. But
I know.
can't even. I feel like you can't even be in the bear family at all. Because bears are either mean or hugging. So
You're right.
you're neither of those things.
You see, though, this has got you weirdly engaged.
I'm gonna go with giraffe.
I like that. I like it. Or a penguin.
Like to be seen.
Yep. Yes.
You do walk tall.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're
just going giraffe.
Base of giraffe. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. See, you just found a way to crack through. And maybe that's a fun way to do it. And then you could turn it on, on people. Keep it fun, obviously. And then you pick up on the cues. That may just be what it is. Because, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, you're a lot. I know you're
Of
a
course.
lot because, well,
That's why I'm in this job.
right. But you have to remember, a lot of people in the generations, and I'm not talking just in school right now, I'm talking, out of school, starting careers, things like that. They really haven't been used to a lot. And think about this. I come from a generation where my mom was a lot. My dad kept up, but my dad was the quieter of the two. Not quiet,
Yeah.
but he was a little bit more reserved than that, but a great time. And things over time changed. You really bring in, and I hate to use technology as the curse to everything, but we did kind of bury ourselves in a solo universe, and we continue to do so pretty roughly, where you're so into it, or you get lost in it, or you get caught into it, that, being your own thing, you're not really interacting the way it should be, or the way we'd like to see it. This is the offshoot to it. So for you to come in, it's almost as though, imagine being on, okay, you're taking a hike through the woods. It's an old abandoned railroad track, okay? And you're having a nice talk. You're just sort of in your zone, right? Here it is, nature, this and that. All of a sudden, right in front of you, that abandoned railroad track has a locomotive coming right at you with the light on. You're like, you don't quite know what to do.
So I'm a locomotive?
Yep. In the Wild Kingdom, you are a roaring locomotive.
Wow. Okay.
Well, but think of it for them, I think for a lot of people, that's what it's like. It's not that you're too much. It's just they don't know how to. Either they weren't brought up with
Right.
a lot of it, or a lot of these things happening around them where they can cope. It's funny. This takes me to a place. So I've told this to people before. So my high school up in Buffalo, Williamsville East, was an open concept high school. The kitchen and the living room looked right upon each other.
Oh, very nice.
But
That's so cozy.
no, it was meant to be an administration building, but then they realized, well, we've got enough students, we need another high school. So they never built traditional walls in a couple of the floors where you would have legit hardcore classrooms. So you would have, those sort of dividers they used to be in offices separating cubicles.
Yep.
They would make walls of those, and literally you'd be sitting in biology listening to math, or
that'd be so tough.
You had to kind of learn, like you'd hear these things like this classroom would be having a great time, and you're sitting here taking an English test going, what the frick is going on here? And it almost was, there was so much happening that you were just sort of involved in this controlled chaos. As a society, we don't have that anymore. We rarely have that. You're in the minority if you are.
Well, I also think
here I am.
I also think too, not that you need to force your kids to do everything, but I think that it is in a way forcing them to like look at me when I'm speaking, and I don't know, do parents even do that anymore?
No.
Right. Or this is another one.
Unless you're really pissed off and you're like, look at me.
I was very yes, and I was very impressed. I always get impressed when parents have their children order for themselves at a restaurant, or just the other day, I can't remember. I think I was doing a live broadcast or something, and the parent was like, "Oh, you can fill out my information."
Oh, that's great.
Yes, and they're like, "Do you remember our address?" Yes, and the kid wrote it down. Do you remember our phone number? Yes, and they were very young, and I really appreciated that they were trying to teach them things that I think are, pretty important. I mean, yes, do I think history is important? Yes, teach your kid that, but I also think there are some other norms that I think are important that are just not being quote unquote forced.
Well, and think of the age group that's having kids now. It's harder because that was the age group that was sort of, I'm going to use the term shutting off, but I'm talking personality-wise shutting off, you know. And this isn't like your 17-year-old daughter going, you're a lot, Mom. You know, that's just 17. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I think this is also genetics, though, too. And I mean, the story I'm about to tell you is genetics and age. My neighbors have these 2 young kids, and they are so chatty to me. It's so adorable. They're always on their trampoline next door. Allie, look how high I can jump. And then she comes over. Today I was playing with my friend Lily and blah, 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 blah. You know, and I hear all the stories after school, and it's awesome. The parents have never talked to me, ever. And I'm thinking, is that genetic? Because they're obviously...
Maybe the kids are just looking for somebody to talk to because their parents don't talk to them.
Yeah, right?
I don't know.
So weird. Like, they're like those, like, don't even look at me neighbors. Yeah. And the other ones are like, can we come in your house? Can we come on your porch? Can we hang out with you? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, some kids just have that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think there must be something genetically in me that makes me the chatterbox that I am.
Oh, yeah, it's called Gail, and it comes out more and more every single day that I know you.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of kids, I got to share this with you. I thought you have, and I know one of your stories, which I'm sure we'll get a little piece of here. How about the 4-year-old camper that was in camp, like as in day camp, not like camper going out into the woods and, doing this, being left at a Chuck E. Cheese. This happened in Florida where a 4-year-old was recently left behind at a Chuck E. Cheese during a summer camp field trip. First of all, you're doing
a lot of kids.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that's part of it. First of all, you're doing a field trip to a Chuck E. Cheese. Not the worst place in the world. For kids. And it turns out that, I
kind of want a slice of that Chuck E. Cheese really crappy pizza right now.
It's something for the kids to do. They like it. Anyway, the staff learned that they're like, whoops. They never called the parents either to tell them about the incident.
How did they found out? I bet you the kid was a yapper.
Yeah, right. The kid was the one that's mentioned something. He was probably in all his glory, like, oh my God, it was great. I had the place to myself and this and that. And anyway, it was about 20 minutes. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See? So
would you really be that mad if it was Lydia that got left behind?
Here's the thing about it. Well, first of all, you'd never leave Lydia behind. She's the yapper.
That's true. Okay, Gavin.
Yeah. No, he's too literal. He'd be like, nope, everybody lines up my way or you're not moving. So neither of my kids are going anyway. If anything gets out of sorts with Gavin, forget about it. He's got to have everything in order. And Lydia, you'd know immediately if she wasn't there. Wow, it got really quiet. Oh, Lydia's back at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
So here's the thing is, I'm not saying I can understand how this can happen. Okay, so
me too.
I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying there should be at least a talking to of going through the procedures. But I remember, like on field trips, there would be like the multiple head count. Let's say we went to the zoo, the beautiful zoo in downtown Elmira, Wisner Park, if you will, and you go in and there you are. There you've got 15 students. Well, before you get on the bus, you're doing the head count 15. Okay,
yeah,
and then on the bus, you do it again, okay? And then usually when you get off the bus, you do it one more time.
Yep.
I think they missed a step somewhere. I think they must have just...
Or, wait, what has happened before at one of my field trips was somebody... It's more so that kids get together and they get silly, is we always had numbers. So, like, Scott, if you're 1, then I'm 2. And they'll say, okay, Scott, you start counting. Okay, say 1.
Oh, 1.
And then I would go 2.
Yeah.
And then Shannon would go 3. And Lydia would go 4. And sometimes there would be a kid that would say a number twice, even if there was another kid missing.
Oh, yes. That's terrible.
Yes. Or they would say 2. I'm sorry. They said they would say 2 numbers. They
at
would
4,
go
are you
6,
thinking
7.
that hard?
No, probably not. But I just know that that's happened. Then it's like, wait a second, no, Tommy's actually missing.
Yeah,
Jake said Tommy's number.
That's why you can't rely on the kids. That's why the teachers and the aides that go on these have to do the head count. I mean, okay, it was a Chuck E. Cheese. It wasn't a gas station. It wasn't, you know.
I love the field trip to the gas station.
Hey, where's Martha? Back at Buc-ee's. And that's 30 miles up the road. So, you know, hope she likes brisket.
8-year-old Jake is buying some Zins.
You know? So there's worse that could have happened. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could just look at it. I mean, of course,
out of the front door with his mouth with a patch in his mouth.
Of course, as a parent, I'm going to be like, oh God, this is terrible.
I know.
And I'm going to be like, you know, somebody needs a talking to. But at the same time, I mean,
I get it. I do.
There's worse.
I mean, if it was my kid, I might be a little bit mad, but then I'd be like, yeah, sometimes I want to lose him too.
Yeah, right. Where's the nearest Buc-ee's?
Yeah, right. Drop him off.
Brisket light will be on soon.
Speaking of the other day.
Fucking, by the way, can I tell you I hate Buc-ee's?
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, can I tell you, I don't know what the hard on is with this flipping place. Okay?
I've never been to one.
Me neither. And I joke about it because anytime you mention a Buc-ee's to somebody, I'm like, I go to a gas station to get gas and maybe a Slim Jim on a rare occasion.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
on a road trip, definitely Slim Jim.
And don't get me wrong, I take enough road trips that, I mean, I kind of like a little bit. I'll take like a Sheetz that's a little bit of a deluxe size Sheetz. That's enough for my brain to handle. The boner over Buc-ee's with people. We have a coworker. They went like 100 miles out of their way on the way to Colorado to go to one. I just sit here and I'm like, don't get me wrong, I love pulled pork and a brisket.
But is it that good?
And is it not overwhelming?
I don't know, but I still have their Buc-ee's cup in my car that I still haven't given back.
I mean, listen, a good travel mug's a good travel mug. Don't get me wrong.
I saw it there this morning, and I thought, I should give that back sometime.
It's just the boner of it all. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
There is really, we have a societal problem. It's called a Buc-ee's boner.
It's the thing that people are hyped over. Like, I bet you there are a handful of people that hate Toy Story, and right now, it's a Toy Story boner.
Oh, yes.
And there's
Would you mean a Woody? You're welcome. You don't want to laugh, but you're not going to help yourself.
I can't help it. I can't help it at all.
I took the breath right out of you with it.
I hate the fact that I just had to laugh at that. Oh my gosh. What were we talking about before then? Oh, losing the kid.
That's right.
Losing the kid. Yeah, I mean, I get it. And my mom has lost me. She lost me in the mall once. No big deal.
Oh, God. Every parent loses their kid in the mall.
I cried. Whatever.
Yeah.
She found me. I survived.
You're back.
But the other day, whatever, there's parent phrases that you will say all the time, like, look both ways.
Knock it off.
Knock it off. Hold your brother or sister's hand. And I said, what happened to Gail used to always say, go play in traffic.
Oh, God.
What happened to go play in traffic?
Well, there was a time in the 90s where CPS had stroke and they would come knocking at the door.
Right. And I don't know how they never
that's why it ended.
They never got called on my parents, even though my mom's like, I'm going to beat you to a bloody pulp and go play in traffic.
This is where society's changed. I mean, what you do behind closed doors is your own thing. But sometimes they'll even figure that out.
Well, here she is saying go play in traffic, but also look at adults when you're talking to them. So
yes,
she did something right.
1 out of 5 phrases seem to work well for you. All right, let me come over to here. We're hot on the heels of 4th of July weekend, the Independence Day, if you will.
Yes.
America's birthday.
Yes.
And I read this headline and it just made me laugh because I know you're going to think to yourself, this is every event that Scott and Allie do.
What?
A woman wins a Benjamin Franklin lookalike contest.
Oh my God. I have seen so many of these on TikTok all of a sudden.
Oh, really?
Yes. Not this.
Because I'm thinking that most of our population in the Twin Tiers kind of looks like Ben Franklin. Men and women.
It's weird because one of them I just saw, it wasn't even a lookalike contest. It was a girl who came up to her friend's door, knocked, and then she started singing, I think, Born in the USA. And her friend joined in. Then I saw another one where the girl was traveling somewhere and it said something like, oh, this is what it looks like to travel light. So first she has her luggage and she's in just, like what you would travel in. And then all of a sudden she did a transition and she was in a Benjamin Franklin costume. And I'm like, Oh my gosh. So many people are dressing up like Benjamin Franklin lately.
This one happened in Philadelphia.
Talk about a boner, Benjamin Franklin boner.
A BF boner.
Yes.
This one happened in Philadelphia.
Of
Fittingly,
course. Yeah.
where a woman won a Benjamin Franklin lookalike contest on the 4th of July weekend. A 25-year-old wore a handmade wig blazer. She spent 3 all-nighters making the outfit by hand.
Wow.
More than 30 people paid $1 to enter the contest. $1.
$1.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
What did they win, though?
Nothing. I don't see anything that they won. I don't know.
I guess maybe it's just cred, street cred.
I guess so.
This goes back to a podcast we had a few weeks back that I talked about Zach dressing as Ulysses S. Grant for Halloween, like dressing as presidents.
Get it.
Wait, Benjamin Franklin wasn't a president.
No, but I
got it. I corrected myself on that.
But here's the funny thing. Go back a couple podcasts and hear that disaster unfold.
Learn something from my own podcast.
I do have to laugh, though, because I'm thinking to myself, I keep coming back to the fact we just recently had an event here, a big community-wide event. Mm-hmm. How many Benjamin Franklins unwittingly looking like Benjamin Franklins did you see?
Actually, that's a great idea. Why don't we do next year the Benjamin Franklin lookalike contest? Or
I could be in for that.
President.
Come as your favorite president.
Yes.
Yes.
What sucks is how hot it is, but what a good idea.
I mean, yeah, but you could go any era. You could be
Donald.
You could be Donald. You could be Obama. You could be
Obama.
Joe Biden. But
yes.
You would forget where the station is. There's a lot of opportunities.
That's great. Will you remind me about that next year?
Yeah, you could come as Jimmy Carter. Just come as a peanut.
Oh, wait, actually, I've got notes from our event. I'm going to type that in our notes.
Oh, that'll be great.
For our debriefing meeting.
Now, while we're talking about white trash, let's...
I don't think that's white trash.
Let's go... Have you heard of the White Trash Bash? This was a theme that took off this 4th of July.
Remember we talked about this actually... I think this was also in a recent podcast because I threw one last summer for my friend Sarah's bachelorette party.
You did the White Trash Bachelorette Party.
Yeah, we call it the White Trash Bash.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So the White Trash Bash. And I wanted to have a little fun with this because this is on the heels of me being in Hornell, New York, home of Tom Pullman. Not Tom Pullman.
Who? Bill Pullman?
Bill Pullman. Tom's his cousin. Sorry. Bill Pullman.
I bet you it is.
Yeah, right. There probably is. So, home of Bill Pullman, not white trash.
Guy from Independence Day.
Exactly. And soon to be Spaceballs again.
Yes.
The sequel. But anyway, so I'm out there. And this is like the 3rd year in a row that I've been out there for 4th of July.
Lucky you.
It's a good time. I'm not going to lie. For some reason, Hornell, New York knows how to party, right? They do.
Well, that's all they have.
Well, true, but they do it well for St. Patrick's Day. And my God, 4th of July, there's another one. And when you've got a neighbor 2 doors down that has the nickname Cooter, and that party is nothing but backyard fireworks from the minute we get there at 2 p.m. till we leave at 10 at night.
Wow.
And it's just nonstop. Something's blowing up. And they get the karaoke machine out. There's kids splashing in the pool. I mean,
did you give them the sign says stay away from?
Yeah, I didn't go do karaoke with it, but I will tell you, I heard a death metal version of some country music, and that was something I never thought I'd hear before. But then I thought to myself, what gets you invited to the White Trash Bash? Besides, we all felt we were invited, being 2 doors down from Cooter. And I thought, okay, number one, if you're banned from Applebee's, period, the end, no more, you get invited to a White Trash Bash.
If you have a trucker hat that says might clog your toilet later.
Yes, ma'am.
Which I do own.
Come on over to the White Trash Bash. How about a t-shirt that says we'll do anything for Bud Light?
Oh,
you like
that one.
Are you invited to the White Trash Bash?
What about if I have American flag Speedo?
I actually have one of those. I should be invited to the White Trash Bash.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Launching fireworks on Christmas. Could that get you invited to the next White Trash Bash?
Sure. Of course. Yes.
See, you could go on for days on this.
If you have a pet roach, why not?
If you plan your vacations and make sure part of that plan is to visit a Buc-ee's. Come on out to the White Trash Bash. That's right. See? We got
No,
this.
wait. Not that part of your vacation. The main event.
Oh, the main event, yes.
Is visiting Buc-ee's.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, for
Brisket,
sure.
hot meat light just came on.
If your aunt is younger than you,
You come on down to the White Trash Bash.
yep,
If your aunt is younger than
yep,
you.
or your uncle.
Well, it can happen.
You know?
I'm trying to think. This kind of almost happened in Tiffany's family.
Oh yeah.
Since we're on the subject of Hornell. Well,
I
yeah.
also went to church with somebody whose aunt was younger than them.
So wait a minute.
So in school it was very confusing.
Hold on. I have to figure this math out.
Yep.
This
It's exactly what you
This
think.
is my invite to the White Trash Bash. Hold on. I got to figure this out.
Okay.
Tiffany and her mom were both pregnant at the same time.
Uh-huh.
So Tiffany's sister is 21, the same age as Tiffany's daughter.
Okay, but whose
So-
birthday's first?
What?
Whose birthday is first?
Oh, geez. I don't know. I just know Jules'
All right,
birthday.
so she's about, I'm not sure. We'll have to ask her.
They're
and get-
close in age. I think they're real close.
I think that means she automatically gets an invite to the White Trash Bash.
But wait. But Jules and they're cousins.
No, that's her aunt.
No.
Yes.
What?
Tiffany's sister is Jules's aunt.
Oh my God. I guess I just see them as cousins.
No, they're not cousins.
Oh,
Tiffany's sister is Jules's aunt.
wow.
And they're the same age.
Come on down to the White Trash Bash. I never really mentally put
two
that
and-
math together.
Yep, there you go.
That's
There you go.
incredible.
Right, it is. And it's
Wow.
incredible to even think about your mom doodly doing at that same point that you were.
I'm going to purge that out of my mind's eye. I'm going to come back to this because one of the stories told during 4th of July
what?
was when Jules and Zoe, because Zoe's Jules'
Her
aunt.
aunt, yes.
Jesus. Anyway, you're thinking you're both the same age. Well, they're both the same age, and they told the story. Classic kid story. You rolled you flung down the stairs on a mattress type pad.
Yeah.
So, I guess there's a story. I went down the stairs with my aunt on a mattress.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We definitely did that. We did couch cushions that we slid down the stairwell with.
Yeah, it might maybe was it that or was it a mattress?
So
I think it was a mattress.
did they have baby showers together?
I don't have that answer. I'll have to find out for you.
I also would like to know, did anyone else think this was weird? Did Tiffany think it was weird at the time?
I think they really enjoyed making jokes about it. Like there was
Okay, they're that family.
Because you know what? Here's the thing: it could happen to just about anybody. I mean, we all know it can.
I don't think that would ever happen with Gail and myself.
Well,
it could.
but
No,
you
it
also
could.
have a pretty big separation. Well, you're right.
No, I have no separation between who?
No, you're right. I'm trying to think of the age difference. So,
My
65,
mom-
44. It's like a 20-some year early, like that.
My mom and I
23.
are 25 years apart. I can already do the math for you.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
it could have happened, but it would have had to have happened.
Well-
I mean, you think about it now happening. There's no way it's going to happen.
How
But
many years apart?
25 years ago, it could have happened. It could have. Then we can invite
Wait,
Gail to the
25
White
years
Trash
ago.
Bash.
How old would I have been 25 years ago?
Well,
I
you're
thought-
40.
Oh my God, 25 years ago? I should not be having a kid.
Well, no, but you could have.
Oh, of course. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I would have been 18.
You could have. It
Totally
could
could
have.
have. Oh my gosh, Gail would have killed me.
Yeah.
Wait, how many years difference are Tiffany and her mom?
I think 43 to 65.
Okay, so 22.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it can happen.
Anyway,
Yeah. No, they made the best of it, though. They'll tell you right out. They used to. It was always a good time. Which you got to make the best of it, you know.
right, but I wonder if like any aunts or uncles at the time were thinking, "Oh, this is weird," or now we got to buy 2 gifts."
Yeah, that's right. Can we just do both showers under one roof?
Right, that's what I said. Did they
Save
have their
some
shower
money.
together?
Oh my gosh! They made the best of it. They did well. I'm trying to think of one
They
more thing.
did well.
One more thing that could get you invited to the White Trash Bash.
Oh,
Let's see.
Let's see.
wearing a tan shirt and you're pretty overweight and you're not wearing a bra and it's a hot, sweaty day at the park in Hornell, a.k.a. tits to the knees. You invited to the White Trash Bash?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's add those hot dogs to the party. Because they always are so long, they look like hot dogs. Anyway.
That's twice in 5 minutes I'm going to have to poke out my mind's eye.
On that note.
Yep, we should go.
All right, bye.
Well, that was fun. Wasn't that fun? That was fun. Do us a favor, will you? Subscribe. Share the Scott and Alley Not for Air podcast. Touch our buttons. We know you want to.